Hey, y'all. Shay is here. Thank you so much for joining me today and clicking on this video. This is going to be our weekly whip and chat. WIP stands for work in progress. So I'm going to diamond paint as we just kind of catch up. So right off the bat, first things first, how are you? How is everybody doing out there? It's kind of crazy, but I think I've got some new folks. Hopefully they're here. I don't know if it was the Temu video or what, but my channel blew up overnight and I was like, what happened? I had an increase in subscribers that I've never seen before in that amount of time. So thank you to anyone that's new out there that's listening. So thank you for joining us and for subscribing. And thank you for my OGs. Thank you for all the folks that have been with me for a while. Thanks for always coming back and supporting me. So love you guys so much. So today is Wednesday for me / Thursday for you. If you're watching this the day it comes out, it is kind of a different, part of the day that I'm used to filming. It's 6 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 o'clock at night. I normally film these in the morning when the kids are at school, but kids are out of school. It's summertime. So, this could look a little different for the next couple of months because I've already tried to film this once and got interrupted because I had to go bring a bathing suit to my daughter. She was at a friend's house swimming and she forgot to bring a bathing suit. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to scratch it. I was about 15 minutes in. I thought, I'll just redo it because I didn't even remember where I'd left off. So, and I wasn't that far into it. So yes, typically I have coffee, but since it is after 5, we're doing a little wine and whipping, whining, and not like wah, 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 whining, but this kind of wine. Yes, y'all, the adult beverage kind. I just poured a glass. So good. I'm a red wine drinker, y'all. If you didn't know that. Love red wine. I can't sing. Do y'all remember that song? Yep, red wine. Red wine, you make me feel so fine. Something all of the time. I haven't heard that song in a long time and now I need to pull it up. Too bad it would be copyrighted if I tried to play it. I would get a strike. I would get in trouble. I would, y'all. All right. So enough messing around. Hi, how are you guys? Let me know how you are. I missed you. I missed you so much. I did not go live on Sunday, so I missed our Sunday get together. So I'm really anxious to find out how everybody is. I definitely read all the comments. I may not be able to respond back to all of them with a message, but I definitely read them all. So definitely, leave me a message and let me know how you are doing, okay? And let me know what you did during this time and just what you're working on. If you're working on a diamond painting, let me know. If you're working, if you're doing an event, I want to know what events you're working on. So yeah, I'm nosy. I want to know all the things. That's sometimes hard about these whip and chats is you're having a conversation, but you're not getting, I'm one of those people that, when I'm talking to somebody, I definitely don't want to be the person that's, me, and not ask about the other person. I have had conversations with people, and I was just talking about this with my mom and dad the other night when they were here. How you can, be with someone and you're talking to them and you're asking them questions about them and about their family. And they answer the questions because, you're very interested. You want to make someone feel, that you care. And I do. But then they never ask about you. And that's not why you're asking about them, is for them to ask about you. But it's just interesting how some conversations flow back and forth. Yeah. I definitely don't want those type of conversations where it's just, all about me. And that's kind of what these feel like sometimes. But I'm like, wait, this is a video. I could be helping someone out. It could be making you laugh, keeping you company. So I hope I'm helping in some way and not just, blabbing. So, but thank y'all for being here. Thank you. And I just can't thank y'all enough for your continued support. I'm almost at 5K, which is insane. I say almost, so I still have a couple hundred to go. So could take a while, but I thought, if I could, my birthday's in September. And I thought if I could make 5K by my birthday, that would be an awesome birthday present. Yeah, that would be really fun. There's 2 things I'm shooting for. There's 5K and then there's Diamond Art Club sneak peeks. That's another one of my goals. It's fun to have these goals, right? I know some folks are like, yeah, I'm not all about the numbers, but I'm not either. But at the same time, it's fun to have something that you're reaching for and that you're working towards. It's good. I don't have being a stay-at-home mom, a lot of times it's about my kids and dogs and husband and not really about me. So this YouTube channel is for me. I did it by myself, which means a whole of a hell lot. And no one helped me. So yeah, it's been really, really good. Anyway, so I cherish you guys. I cherish this platform, this community. All right, enough of all the gushy mushy stuff. Where are we? Okay, let's see. So I normally cover all the things I'm working on. I know, I just started dye painting. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not gonna go into all the things I'm using. I do it every week and I'm like, you know what? I just feel like it's a commercial. I love the folks, the small shops, the things I'm using. I love them so much. I'm going to link them down in the description. So if you're interested in any of these products that I'm using, pens, wax, putty, trays, cover minders, all the things, look down in the description and they'll be down there. And I also have a couple of discount codes that a couple of my friends gave me for my subscribers. So definitely go check out the description box because there are some discount codes in there. All right, let's just get into it. So let's see, it's Wednesday for me. Where did we leave off? Okay, let's start last Wednesday. We'll just kind of rewind. We'll back it up. We're gonna go to last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, my mom and dad came into town for Ryan's graduation. My oldest graduated on Sunday. That's why I couldn't go live. And they came into town. They are about 6 hours away. So they drove. They live in Amarillo and I'm in Dallas. So yeah, they drove up. I have not seen them since Christmas. So I miss them dearly. And it was so good to hug their necks. They got in late Wednesday because they had a lot of doctor's appointments scheduled for when they were here, which makes sense, you know, kill two birds with one stone. And they still have some favorite doctors here from when they used to live here. So my dad had some doctor's appointments. So they went straight into town on Wednesday, went and saw one of his doctors, and then they ate dinner, went to their hotel room, freshened up, and then they came over. They stopped over that night and we visited for about an hour or two and they were so tired. So they headed out. And then Thursday, the kids had school. Now Friday was the last day of school. Thursday was a busy day. So I started feeling bad on Wednesday. I forgot to tell you all that. I started feeling a burning sensation down below. And I'm like, no. I have always struggled with urinary tract infections. I get them very, very, very easily. I went to a urologist several years ago and she prescribed or recommended, and I've been taking it ever since. It's a supplement that I get through the mail, and it's like a cranberry pill that I take every morning. I've been taking it for years. Well, you know, they started upping their price and I get automatically charged for it every month and it's like $70. So, you know, a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I'm not going to take this anymore. I'm going to call and cancel. I tried to call and I was on hold for like 30 minutes and never got a hold of anybody. So I hung up and I'm like, I'll call again tomorrow. Well, I never did, but I stopped taking it. Y'all, I guess that stuff really works because I got a urinary tract infection. It was a bad one. So I started feeling the burn like Wednesday. You ladies out there that have had them and men, they are not fun. They are not fun. You feel the burn and you're like, oh, I know it's coming. I know it's happening. You go to the bathroom, you're like, ooh, yeah. Yep. So I was battling with that on Wednesday, but I was like, my parents are in town. Ryan's graduating. No, we ain't got time for all this. Nope. But I also knew I probably would have to get antibiotics at some point. So Thursday, I wasn't feeling 100%, but we had things to do. The boys who were both in high school, my two boys, they got out early. They had early dismissal at 12:15 and they start school at 9. So it's kind of pointless, but they went for like 2 classes. So Nate and I had a plan. My 16-year-old and I had a plan that whenever he got out of school, we were going to go get some clothes because he needed clothes for the graduation. My boys are pretty much like athletic shorts, you know, no jeans, no pants. They're basically athletic shorts all year round. Ryan has some like sweatpants, like Nike stuff, but that's about it. No one has jeans. So I asked Nate if he wanted to look at my jeans and he's like, no, I'm not wearing mom jeans. I was like, okay. Because Nate is not a shopper. He does not like to shop. He doesn't want to wear nice clothes, but he was going to do it for Ryan and he knew how important it was. So we had a plan to go to the mall when he got out of school because I still had to pick up Lou at 3. So we hopped in the car when he got home. We left about 12:30. Went and parked right at Macy's. And for those of you in the States, you're probably familiar with Macy's. And it's just a department store in the mall where they have like, you know, a little bit of everything. Children's, men's, women's, all the things. And I'm not a shopper either. For those of you that are new, I'm not a shopper. And neither is Nate. So we were both like on a mission to make this as quick as possible, as painless as possible. But, you know, to get what we needed to get. So we walk into Macy's and we find his department. And of course I'm looking for denim, you know, because I told him he could wear jeans. The graduation was actually at a facility where the Dallas Cowboys practice. It's their practice facility. So that's where it was going to be held. So it was at a football stadium. So, but still, it's a nice occasion. You got to dress up. So I told him he could wear jeans. So the first section of jeans that we saw was Nautica. I was like, all right, y'all, I didn't even look at price tags. I was like, him and I went over there. We started grabbing jeans and putting them up to his waist because neither one of us knew his size. And so he found a pair. He's like, these look like they'll work. I was like, okay. And then he looked behind us and he saw black Nautica polo, like a colored shirt. Great. He grabbed that. He grabbed the jeans. He's like, where's the dressing room? I'm like, well, you're not going to grab another pair just to make sure, you know, because these probably are not going to fit and we'll need a different size, smaller or larger. He's like, nope, I'm good. Where's the dressing room? I was like, okay. So we go to the dressing room. Not we, him. He went to the dressing room. I sat outside. They had little chairs for the moms and the wives, I guess, in the men's shoe department. So we're sitting there and, well, I sat there. I was waiting for him to come out, and I wasn't going to make a big deal about him coming out and showing me, but I was waiting. He was taking forever. And I was like, what is he doing? Is he dancing in there? I mean, I didn't know. He comes out fully clothed again, holding the clothes. I was like, why didn't you show me what they look like? He goes, that's embarrassing. I was like, yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, 16-year-old coming out and, you know, showing his mom what his clothes look like. I get it. So he was like, no, everything fits. Let's go. I was like, what? No way. And I didn't believe him, but I thought, he's not gonna tell me. I mean, he's not gonna wear something that doesn't fit. I just need to trust him. I was like, okay. So so we go to the register, we check out, bing, bang, boom, we're done. It was like super, super fast. It was awesome. So I'm like, I was feeling all good. I'm like, we got this. So we get home, hang up his stuff, and then it's time to go pick up Lou, my 10-year-old. So I go pick up my daughter, and she's got a dentist appointment right after school. Oh, so after Nate's dentist appointment, we went to McDonald's and we got lunch and we brought it home. So I did get something for Lou. That way when she got home, because we had about 30 minutes after she was going to be home from school before we had to go to the dentist. And I'm like, if I get her McDonald's, the dentist, it'll like soften the blow, because she did not want to go. She's like, I don't want to go to the dentist. It's just a cleaning. She's like, because I haven't been brushing my teeth. And I was like, well, that's not my problem. So you got to go to the dentist. That's why you should go even more, because you haven't been brushing your teeth. That's, you know, have them clean them. So she didn't want to go. She's like, I don't like it. I'm like, girl, it's just what we have to do in life. We have to go to the dentist and get our teeth cleaned. It's just what you got to do. I'm like, do you want nasty teeth? She's like, no. So she got home, ate her McDonald's, and we run up to the dentist's office, and she gets her cleaning done. And so they give you a report card and they grade your brushing and your overall health of your teeth. She got a B. I was like, okay, no cavities. So it was a good visit. We got in and out of there, and then got home, and then my husband was going to be coming home from work. He works out of town during the week. He's in Austin, so he got home Thursday night, and we had reservations to meet my folks out for dinner at a place called Ford's Garage. It's actually the Ford, the car company. They have a restaurant. It's really cool. It's like everything's car themed. The burgers are stamped with like a Ford's logo. In the bathrooms, they have like a tire as the sink. Your silverware is wrapped like in a shop towel with like a little clamp of some kind for a car. So that's really, really cute. They have a big old car in the center above the bar that like honks and smoke comes out of every so often. So really, really cute. It's a great place. And normally it's super busy. So we like it, but we don't go there very often. But Thursday night, it was not busy. And we'd even made a reservation. So it was great. We went there and we had dinner. And the kids were super pumped because the next day was the last day of school. So it was kind of a celebration for, the last day of school. So, we got to, hang out with my parents and eat with them. But during the meal, I was feeling really, really bad. I'd gone to the bathroom with Lou. And when I went, it was hurting and stinging. And I was like, and it wasn't going away. And I was like, I couldn't wait to get out of there. It was unfortunate that I felt that way during the meal, but I did. But I was taking over-the-counter numbing pills, and they make you feel nauseous. And it was definitely time to take one. You have to take it with food. So I was overdue for taking one. The other one I'd taken at lunch had worn off. So I was not feeling good. I was in pain. So I was like, we need to go home. So we get home, get everybody, put my youngest to bed. And then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, you know what? I've got to get some antibiotics for this. I have to. Well, my mom and I had talked about at dinner doing a girls' day on Friday, since it was the kids' last day of school. Her and I could go do manicures because we needed our nails done for the graduation, and maybe have some brunch and just hang out. So we had planned that, and I was like, but I'm like thinking, am I gonna have to take my mom to like an urgent care? Is that how we're gonna spend our day? Because it was bad. And I thought, okay, so I had a plan. I'm like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wake up Friday morning to wake up Lou for school, and I'm going to do a web check-in at our local urgent care, right? And just hopefully get this thing knocked out first thing in the morning before my mom is ready to get together, because the boys have to go to school at 9. So I told her, I'm like, I'm free anytime after 9, we can head out. So at like 7:30, I'm trying to remember the name of the urgent care, and I can't remember it. And I'm like, gosh, what's that urgent care I go to? So I ended up Googling urgent cares in our area. Well, there's a brand new one right across the street. I mean, I could have walked there. Right outside of our neighborhood, there's a little shopping center, and they just built this place, and I've never been there. And it says urgent care, and I'm like, I don't know about this place, but it got awesome ratings. And I was like, okay, I'm desperate. They're close. I'm just going to do a web check-in. So I did a web check-in, and it said that they could see me at 8:05. And I was like, okay. So as soon as I dropped Lou off, went back home, and I got a call from them saying they were ready to see me. So I just drove across the street and went in. Y'all, I was back at home at 8:30. It is the fastest, quickest urgent care appointment I've ever had. It was the best. They were clean. It's brand new. It was just amazing. I just still couldn't believe that I got in there, and they didn't mess around. They weren't busy. That probably helped. I didn't see anybody else in there, but I went in and they had me do a urine sample, and then they put me in the room, and then the doctor's like, he comes in, he's like, yep, you definitely have one. I was like, yeah, I know. I get them all the time. I said, I just need some antibiotics. He goes, have you taken this before? And so he gave me Macrobid, the little yellow and black pills. I'm like, yep, that works. But again, this is like the third antibiotic that I've been on in the last 6 weeks or so, month. It's been pretty bad. If y'all have been following me, you know that I had, sinus infection / ear infection, and then I had strep throat, and now a UTI. I'm like, okay, how many more antibiotics? Because this is the third time I've had to take an antibiotic. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm over with this. I don't know if it's stress. I don't know. But I'm normally pretty healthy and don't get sick. So I was like, what is going on? So got that knocked out. Still needed to go pick up my prescription, but they said it would take about an hour. I'm like, yeah, that's true. After y'all call it in, she's just like, yeah, don't go pick it up now. It won't be ready. So I told my mom I would pick her up at her hotel at 9. So I went and grabbed her, and I said, I'm good. I said, I went to the urgent care this morning. She's like, you did? I'm like, yeah, I got it knocked out, and I need to go pick up my prescription. So we decided to go have brunch first. There's a brunch place that I've only been to one other time, and we sat outside. It was really, really nice. We had some iced coffees. We had brunch. We had like some avocado toast. It was just really, really fun to just have some girl time and spend time with my mom. So we did that, and then after that, we ran by the pharmacy, picked up my medication. I popped that in, got that going, and then we went to we went and got manicures. So went to the manicure place, and we got matching colors. We both did white. It's already like chipped off. I used some nail polish remover this morning and took it off because it was all chipping and looked really bad. But it looked good for the graduation, so we did that. And then it was time to pick up Lou. So my dad met us over at the house because he was done with his doctor's appointment, and it was time to go pick up Lou, and the skies got really, really gray and really dark. And I'm like, oh no, it's going to start raining. And she has to go outside to meet me in carpool, and they have to wait outside. And so we're pulling up. I had my mom and my dad with me to surprise her for the last day of school in the car. And the bell rings, and they all come out, and they're cheering, fifth grade, because that's the grade they're going into. It was really cute. My dad rolls down the window because he's in the back seat. My mom was in the front. He's like, hey. She's like, hey, because, she was excited to see them. And so she hops in. It starts pouring down rain right after she got in the car. I was like, okay. So we made it. Last day of school was a success. She's ready to go to fifth grade. She's going to be, it only goes to 5th grade. The elementary school's here. So she'll be like the big kid next year. And then it'll be middle school, which is crazy. But yeah, she turns 11 this summer. So yeah, she had a great day. Last day of school, she got to wear like pajama bottoms, and she had a pillow and a blanket and a stuffed animal. So it was just like a fun day. You know, they don't do any learning that last day. So yeah, that was Friday. So let's see. Okay. And then Friday night, we'd been going out to a lot of restaurants, and I knew we'd be doing a lot more, you know, on Sunday. So I was like, why don't we do make your own pizzas at home? So I'd bought all the ingredients earlier in the week before my parents came, and we did make your own pizza. Now, my mom and dad have never made their own pizza before at home. And I know this, and that's what I thought, because when I first met my husband, he said to me, we were talking about, you know, getting dinner one night, and he was like, how about we make pizzas at home? And I was like, or he said, how about we do pizza? And I kind of looked at him, because we had been talking about wanting to eat at home. And I'm like, he reminds me of this story all the time. He's like, you looked at me right in the face. You were so confused, and you were like, at home? I had never done that growing up. We went out for pizza, or we had it delivered. We never made our own pizzas. So I confirmed that with my folks. I'm like, have y'all ever did we ever make our own pizzas? Have y'all ever done that? They're like, no, we haven't. So they got the biggest kick out of it. It was a huge success. We had like Italian sausage, we had pepperoni, we had, you know, you got to have the pineapple, we had Canadian bacon, the cheese, we had like all the ingredients laid out, and I bought all the crusts already. So it was really, really fun. So we did make your own pizza. And then we also played, I watched, because Ryan and Nate, both of my boys, have really gotten into poker. They have poker nights with their friends. And my mom and dad love playing card games. I've never played poker before, and they made me play, and I was awful at it, and they were getting mad, and I was like, okay, I'm not playing anymore. I'm like, I just want to watch. So I was like, this is not the game for me. It's just too much. I don't know, y'all. I don't know the cards. I don't know the suits. I don't know I know how to play solitaire, but that's about it. So I was like, poker's not for me. And we had poker chips and the whole, because I'd gotten Ryan for his birthday, I got him a little deluxe poker set. So we were able to use that. And yeah, it was really fun. So we did that. They played some poker. And yeah, that was pretty much Friday. And then Saturday, let's see. My mom and dad came over about noonish, and they did not stay at our house. They stayed at a hotel because they had doctor's appointments, and they just kind of wanted their own space. And I totally understand. So they stayed nearby. So they came over, and then we were trying to decide what we wanted to do on Saturday. And Lou wanted to go get some summer clothes. So we all went to the mall. My mom, dad, my husband, and I, and Lou, we went to the mall. The boys had no interest. And we did a little bit of shopping. She got some jean shorts and some t-shirts. And we got a Starbucks. So it was fun. And then we headed out because Ryan, my oldest, who's graduating, he was invited to some graduation parties. It was really cool. And these moms, like six boys that are all friends, all of his buddies, those moms got together and planned a graduation party for all the boys at one place. They used a retirement home. They used their facilities where there's like a room, and they had food and drinks, and really, really fun. And so they all got, instead of going to like all these different parties, they had one party for all the boys all in one place. And we needed to go to that. So that was from 4 to 7. So we got done at the mall, and then came home, picked up Ryan, dropped off my parents, and picked up Lou. Lou wanted to go with us too. And yeah, so we went to the graduation party, and we were there for a couple hours. Ryan decided to stay, and he was going to get a ride from his friends. And I got a really cute picture of him because they had a backdrop with balloons, and it said grad and had the year and everything. You know, speaking of his graduation, I had was trying to decide how and what I would show, you know, for pictures and everything. And, you know, I already showed his graduation picture on YouTube when I announced that I wasn't going to be doing a live because I was going to be, you know, with him. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to save everything else for my Patreons. We have a nice little community over there. I don't really want to put all my family pictures, you know, online necessarily for the world to see. So I'm going to keep those for my Patreons, videos and pictures of all the events that we experienced. So I'm sorry to have to do that. And you're fine. You probably don't want to see them anyways, but it's like, you know, when you show everybody your family pictures, they're like, they get bored to tears. So I'm just going to save it for them. But if you do want to see them, hop over to Patreon. I do have one. Would love to have you. So hop on over there if you're interested. And okay, so we left, and then we met up with my parents for dinner at a restaurant, at a burger place. This is where it gets kind of kooky and kind of weird. Okay, so it all kind of makes sense once I explain it all after you know what happened on Sunday. So we had this really nice waiter. He was really good, cute smile. He was like a good kid, you know, really, really nice. And I thought he was great. So, and I remember his face because he would come over and he would smile and kind of had some like blonde highlighted hair. And anyways, we had, that was our waiter. We had dinner, and then we brought home some leftovers for the boys. And then that was it. And then Sunday was graduation day. So we had, so Saturday night, I forgot to tell you this, Saturday night, my husband's best friend who lives in California flew in. And so my husband went and picked him up super late, like at midnight on Saturday night, and brought him to his hotel. So he was in town. So my husband went and grabbed him early on Sunday, and he was hanging out at our house with us. It was so good to see him. Him and Ryan are very close because Ryan and my husband go to a lot of San Francisco 49ers games. And my husband's best friend is a diehard 49ers fan as well. So they go to a lot of football games together, and they hang out quite a bit. So he's like he is the uncle. We call him Uncle. So that's definitely my kid's uncle, even though it's not by blood, but he is family. He's just like family. So he came into town, which was great. He didn't want to miss it. And then so my husband picked him up. He came out and hung out with us. And then we told everybody else, my mother-in-law, father-in-law, my mom and dad, to come over at 3 because we had dinner reservations, early dinner for sushi at 4:30. So we thought, come over at 3, do gifts, and visit for a little bit, and then we'll head out in 2 different cars to sushi, and then we'll go straight from sushi to the graduation ceremony. We had it all planned out. My husband and I had talked the night before. We had like a planning meeting of like, you know, I'm going to take these folks, you're going to take them, we're going to meet here, we're going to park there, and we had it all planned out because they didn't let you park just anywhere. It was very strategic. And so I got on the website and I was looking everything up because we're talking about, 10 people that were hauling around. So we definitely had to take 2 cars. So everyone got here at 3, and Ryan looked so nice, and so did Lou. Lou had a beautiful blue dress on, and Nate looked very handsome. He was very uncomfortable though. He's like, I hate this. I want to get these clothes off. The minute we got home, he stripped down. He couldn't wait to get him off, but he looked very nice. And so everyone came over. Everyone gave some very, very nice gifts to Ryan. Very, very generous. And if you are someone that has sent something to Ryan, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's not even sending something. It's just, all your all your congratulations from the community tab that I put up. Thank you all very much. I read all of them to him. And, speaking of people that are not your family, that are not blood, y'all are like family to me. I tell you everything that goes on in my life, pretty much. And so, I appreciate you, and you're special. That's the, I just wanted y'all to know that. So, and I couldn't wait to get on here and talk to y'all about what we did. So then, let's see. So my husband and I had 2 separate cars. He was going to have the car of folks that needed to be dropped off. And I was going to have the other group of people that did not need to be dropped off. So he was going to have Ryan, who needed to be dropped off at 6, because the doors opened at 6, but the graduation did not start till 7. So, hold on, I'm going to take a sip. So yeah, the doors opened at 6. It was, open seating. So a lot of people got there right at 6. And we had a great sushi dinner, all piled in the car. Let's see, I had Lou, my mom and dad, and Nate. Is that right? Yeah. My husband had everybody else. And then because my mother-in-law and father-in-law were going to get dropped off closer to the front door so they wouldn't have to walk far. And then Ryan needed to be dropped off at a separate entrance. And then my husband's best friend was going to, be in the front seat with him, with my husband. So yeah, we had it all planned out. We drove to sushi that way, and we said, of course, we're leaving. And everybody's like, what car am I going in? I'm like, same one you came in. It was like going on a field trip, trying to manage everybody. And it was funny because when my husband's best friend got there, he was like, so who else is coming? And I told him my mom and dad and, my husband's mom and dad. And he's like, that's it? And I'm like, well, you were only allowed to bring 15 people. They only gave us 15 tickets. So plus, you know, I don't want to be hauling around, you know, 20 or 30 people and organizing this for that many people. That's crazy. That's just too stressful. Plus, we have small families, you know. My husband's an only child, so we don't have big families. And the people that need to be there were there, so it was good. But anyways, so he gets Ryan dropped off. We go find parking. We meet in front of a store that we had planned out already, and everything worked out. So it was great. We got there. The doors had just opened. So got in, found a really good seat. And just, it was so fun because on the Jumbotron inside the stadium, they had the kids' pictures in alphabetical order, you know, flipping through. And we saw Ryan twice, so that was really cute. And it was their yearbook photos. It was their senior pictures, you know, in their, you know, suit and tie and, you know, looking all good. So, but it was entertaining, y'all. It was entertaining to see all the kids' pictures, the hairstyles, the smiles. Oh my gosh, the color of hair. Wow. It was, but you couldn't talk about anybody because, you know, those kids' parents could be sitting right next to you or in front of you or behind you. So you just had to like kind of look at each other and make you know, kind of like make eye contact going, wow. it was, and there was some good people watching. Because it was open seating and there was no assigned seating, you had a lot of people saving seats. Oh no, hell no. I was not going to do that because there was some drama. There was some drama with this one guy. He got all sideways with these people because they were saving a shit ton of seats, like way too many. And it was funny because it was just about to start and the people were not still there. They were saving like 6 or 7 seats. And then of course people kept walking up and asking if they were taken, and they were like, yes. And I just was like, nope. If you're going to be with us, you need to come with us because I'm not going to be saving seats. But this one guy got upset that they were saving that many seats and their people weren't there yet because it was about to start. And he said something to them, and all the other people around were, hey man, don't say that. I don't know exactly what he said. I don't know if it was, he must have said something mean or rude, but oof, yeah, good people watching people, you know, dress up. There was one guy that my husband pointed out. He was the husband of the family that was saving seats. And I'm telling you, these people, the people they were saving the seats for came up like the minute it started. I was like, wow. And we were sitting there for like almost an hour just watching an hour full of like, it's saved, and watching people get mad. But the husband, he had a suit on, okay? And he had his jacket on, his suit jacket, and he had the little, I guess it was a Tommy Hilfiger or whatever it was, the brand, like on his sleeve of like a little label. And my husband's like, do you see that on his sleeve? I'm like, yeah. And, you know, I don't know any different. He's like, you're supposed to take that off. I was like, what? So we were looking at this guy, and he had an earring. It was just, y'all, it was some good people watching. And I know people were looking at us too. Because, I mean, we're all just like, we had nothing else to do but just like look at each other and look at the board of kids. Yeah, so we had an hour to sit there. Poor Nate and Lou. Lou did great. You know, she's 10. It's an hour to sit there. But she was at the very end of the aisle. So it was her, my mom and dad, and then Nate, and then me, my husband, and then my mother-in-law, my father-in-law. So that's kind of how we were. And then my husband's best friend was actually sitting on the aisle, the row above us at the very end, because he hopped out and got some really good pictures of when it was Ryan's turn. So that was so smart of him. I was wondering why he didn't sit with us at first. I mean, he sat right above us, but I was like, why is he not sitting with us? My husband's like, I don't know. And then after he's like, that's why I sat there, because I hopped out and I got some really good pictures of him. I'm like, cool. My dad did create a shared album, you know, like an iPhoto album. And so we're all adding our pictures to it. And I already changed my screensaver on my phone to like our family photo. It's so sweet, you guys. So it was Ryan's turn, and you know, so they started the ceremony. Here was the great part. You know, there's what, 450 kids, I think it was. I'm trying to remember. There was a lot of kids, and you know, you're trying to. So they start playing the music, and all the music, and the kids start filing out of the stadium onto the floor to their seats. And I'm looking for him, and you're trying to spot your own kid. I was able to spot him. He was in the first batch of kids that came out, and this is how we were all able to spot Ryan, and we all talked about it afterwards. So I guess the cool thing Maybe it used to be, I don't know. I didn't see a lot of kids doing it, but Ryan did not have, so he had some nice slacks on, some nice pants on that he had wore to homecoming, and some like little loafers, like these little dress shoes, but he had no show socks, right? And the pants were kind of high water-ish. So he didn't have socks on, so you could just see a bare ankle, right? You could see skin. So we were able to spot him because he had, you know, you could see his ankles and you could see the short pants, the little shoes. So we were all like, there he is. So we could spot him because he didn't have socks on. He didn't, you know, blend in with everybody else. It was perfect. I know we didn't plan it that way, but we saw him. So we took a video of him walking in, and he got to sit down towards the front. They had two sides. They did a really good job. And Ryan told me they were going to do this because he had to go to rehearsal. But they had two kids. So they had like, so there was a center, right, where they all came down, but there was two outside lanes. And they would go up to the stage, they would announce this name, and then they'd both come in, and they'd both walk down the center and go find their seats. Boom, boom, find it, go down. So they were doing two kids at a time. So it went by pretty quick. I mean, I say that now, but it was like almost 2 hours. Yeah, it was an hour sitting there and another hour waiting. But it was his turn, and they had their face up on the Jumbotron, and all the kids were like, you know, kind of sporting their symbol for whatever college they were going to, or, you know, like one guy was going to go to Florida, like the Gators, and he did like the big crocodile mouth, and it was really cute. But Ryan got up there, and he did this because, you know, he's into like MMA and boxing and stuff. He did this, like, he did like a fist, like up to his chest. He didn't pound on his chest. I thought he did, but he just and he made like a serious face, like, yeah. It was so cool. I asked him afterwards, I'm like, did you plan that? He's like, no. Just kind of did whatever came to me at the last minute. But he looked tough. He looked cool. So we got him walking off. And so they actually gave them their diplomas, kind of. They gave them the portfolio, like the leather outside piece that the diploma goes in. But they actually didn't get their actual diploma until they filed out of the ceremony and went into the parking garage. Then they handed them an envelope that had their actual diploma in it, the paper diploma that you put inside that leather-bound cover. So he kind of had a lot of things, but when he came out, so we had to meet him on the field. They have a field outside of the stadium for like kids to play on. And so we're texting, because they did let them have their phones, which was great. We were texting, we're like, we're on the 50-yard line. We're where the star is, you know, because it's Cowboys. And so we met him, and he's smiling. Oh my gosh, y'all. And then my favorite moment, I have a wonderful picture to remember it by. My husband was the first one to grab him and hug him. My husband's a big guy. He's like 6'4". He grabs Ryan, he picks him up off the ground and lifts him up, and I got a picture of it. Oh, it's the cutest thing. And then I got a chance to hug him, but I did not cry. Nope, did not cry. They didn't have any like sad music. They didn't have any like, plus everybody kept looking at me. Lou would look at me and she'd be like, are you gonna cry? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna cry. So everyone kept looking at me to see if I was crying. So you have like pressure to cry. So it wasn't gonna happen. It didn't. It was like such a happy moment. I was just, you know, yeah. If y'all been around, you know, it's been a long year. It has been a long year. Ryan's been through a lot, and I am so incredibly, watch me cry now, but I'm not going to. I'm just so incredibly proud of him. So incredibly proud. He did it. He finished with the year that he's had. You know, we won't go into it all, but it's been a tough year. We weren't even sure he was going to graduate. So, oh yeah, it was really nice. We got tons of pictures with all the family members. Y'all, I just finished a square. Ooh, looks good. I'm moving on down the road on this thing. I don't even think I told y'all, but did I even tell you the diamond painting I'm working on? I don't think I did. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Again, this is the second time I filmed it. The first time I told y'all, don't you remember the first time? I'm working on Ohana. Yes, it's nice of me to tell you at the very end what I'm working on. This is from Mary's Diamonds. I recently did an unboxing. It's actually Bella Art de Nicole. Purchased Mary's Diamonds recently, so yes, I'm loving it. I've actually done the bottom row already, and this was the first square on the second row. So I'm just moving right along, loving the colors. I'm so sorry I didn't point that out. I went out of my regular routine. Okay, but here's what happened the night of, let me finish my story. Here's what happened the night of the graduation. So he gets all these pictures with us, gets all of his pictures with his friends. It's time to go. We're all gonna head out. Half of the group heads out early because they're gonna go get ice cream. And I'm with the group that's not gonna get it because Ryan just wanted to go home. He was just overwhelmed. It was just a long day. He'd been out late the night before. He got up early. He was just excited. You know, it's just overload of just activities and just a lot. So he, we were heading to the car, and he stops and he goes, oh my gosh. He goes, where's my tassel? Y'all, he lost the tassel off of his hat. And he was panicking. And my dad's like, you were talking to that guy before we left, that one guy. And I saw one at his feet, but I thought it was his, and I didn't say anything. I didn't know it was yours. So my dad and Ryan run back to where they were talking to that guy, and the guy's gone, and so is the tassel. And Ryan's like so bummed. He's walking to the car, and he's like, and he was probably being overly dramatic about it because he was just exhausted, just on, you know, just, it was just social overload. It was just a lot. So I could tell he was having a moment. I think it was more than just about the tassel, but he definitely wanted that tassel. And I get it. It means something. And so they run back and they can't find it. And so we're going to the car, and he's like all bummed out. So we get home. Mom and dad leave. We're kind of just all settling down. I get out of my dress, put my pajamas on. I was like, okay, I'm just going to relax now. So I get on my phone. Here's a crazy thing. I have been a non-Facebook person for a long time. I used to do Facebook years ago, but I don't know, last 5 years or so, I don't do Facebook. I used to always say that, but with doing events and hosting events in the community, we always have a Facebook group. We've been having them lately. So it's like, I kind of feel like, so I started getting back on Facebook, right, recently. So I decided to get on the Facebook page for their school website and see if they had any pictures or anything. And there was a post of a mom that said, my son lost his tassel. And a mom comments back saying, we found one, contact me. And I was like, oh man, what if that was Ryan's? So I put a little post after her saying, my son lost his too. And y'all, it is a small, small world. I'll tell you what a coincidence. So a lady contacts me back, sends me a message on there saying, I think we have your son's tassel. You were talking to my son, so-and-so, before y'all headed out, and he was actually your waiter on Saturday night at the burger place. And I was like, get out, y'all. The guy, that's why we had stopped and talked. So we're sitting through the graduation. And remember I told you, I remember his smile, and he kind of had the highlighted hair. He was a nice kid. Very, very nice. And so whenever we were watching the graduation, I'm looking at the screen, and on the Jumbotron, I see our waiter from Saturday night. I'm like, no way. And so on our way out of heading out of the field after graduation, we spotted him, and my dad ran up to him, or kind of walked over to him and said, hey, well, come to find out, Ryan's like, because Ryan wasn't with us that night. He's like, how do you know him? And my dad's like, he was our waiter. And my dad's like, good thing I tipped him good. And, we were all laughing. Well, his mom, so I guess after we had left, that was Ryan's tassel, and they found it, and she was on there too. She contacted me, she gave me her address, and I went and picked it up the next day. I mean, we're just like freaking out going, what are the odds? One, I never got on Facebook. Two, he was our waiter, and that's why we stopped and talked to him, and that's where the tassel, the whole thing, it's just crazy. It's a big school, and it's not like we're not in a small town. I was like, what? Yeah. I was meant to be on there, and so was she, and we just connected, and he was so happy. I was like, buddy, I got your tassel back. Your friend so-and-so that, works at, the burger place, and we were talking to as we were walking out. He's like, yeah. I'm like, his mom, they found it. And I was like, oh, yeah. So everything is back. I got it all. I got to put it all away. It's still on the counter in the dining room, and I got to figure out where to store everything. I'm not much of a keepsaker, scrapbooker, sentimental, but I'm not going to get rid of this stuff, obviously, because they did get to keep their cap and gown. We did buy it. So my mom was saying that when she graduated, you had to return your cap and gown after the ceremony. I'm like, oh no, we actually paid for his, and he gets to keep it. So, oh gosh, we almost forgot his cap as we were leaving. You know, everybody was here. It was kind of crazy. A lot going on. I was so worried about his gown being a little wrinkled, and we'd put it in the bathroom and let the steam get the wrinkles out, that I'd put his cap up in the closet above it, and we were getting ready to head out. And oh, thank God, for whatever reason, it dawned on me at the very, very, very last minute that his cap, I didn't have his cap in my possession, nor was it even like top of mind. I'm like, can you imagine? Oh my gosh, if I would have forgotten that, that would have been a disaster. That would have been so bad. I would have been in so much trouble. Not that I was in charge of it, but I kind of was, you know, just trying to keep everything together, you know, and keep everything straight. But y'all, oh my gosh, we did it. We did it. So we got home earlier in the day, before the graduation, before everybody came over. I kind of felt like I needed some balloons. I had already previously, like a couple weeks before that, had bought some Dollar Tree decorations, and I decorated the night before. But I felt like I needed balloons. So I ran to the grocery store and I got balloons. I got an ice cream cake just in case we wanted to do cake afterwards. I knew it was going to be late. And then I also got some flowers. So yeah, I got some last minute stuff. So afterwards we came home, and the people that did not get ice cream, we had cake. So yeah, Ryan stayed. He didn't go anywhere. He stayed put, and he hung out with us, and he had some cake, and he was just wiped out, y'all. Wiped out. And he, you know, when we were walking to the car, he got a little sideways with me on something, about something I'd said, and he kind of disagreed with me, and he's kind of being mean, a little rude, I was like a little salty. And I kind of looked at him, I go, are you okay? I opened the trunk, and he was putting all this stuff, and he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And I could tell he was being grumpy. And the car ride home, he was kind of being grumpy, and he said to me when we got home, he's like, I'm sorry I was acting that way. I'm like, you know what? It's okay. I know. I get the same way. I know it's too much. It's a lot. You're on overload. I said, it's okay. I get it. So he appreciated the fact that I understood and that I wasn't mad at him, which, you know, I wasn't. I knew he was just a lot. So, we did cake. And then, Monday, we all got to sleep in, which was amazing. Lou and I had quite a fun day, first day of summer. We went to Target, and then we stopped at Chick-fil-A and had lunch and ate inside Chick-fil-A. Then we got home, dropped off our stuff, and then we decided to ride bikes to Walmart. So we rode our bikes. It's 1.5 miles to Walmart from our house, a little over 1.5 miles. So we rode about 1.8 miles. So we did like 4 miles on our bikes. Then we came home and we jumped in the pool. So we went swimming. It was quite a day. It was actually very, very fun. And then Tuesday, I had to go do my fingerprints because I'm applying. For those of you that may not know, I'm going to be I've applied to be a substitute teacher at my daughter's school next year. And the offer got accepted. And so now I'm just kind of going through the motions of, you know, background checks and fingerprints. And so drove out like 25 minutes away and did my fingerprints. That was interesting. I've never done that before. I feel like a criminal, but good thing I'm not. So it's like I didn't have anything to worry about, but I've never done fingerprints before. And the guy was telling me to do this and do that. I did every single finger. So I got the fingerprints done, and then got home, picked up Lou, and went to Starbucks. And after that, I decided to diamond paint outside in the backyard because it was really nice out. And then, let's see, what did I do? Did we swim again? No. I was going to swim, but I ended up not swimming. And then Lou told me that she was going to spend the night at a friend's house, and she is still there, and it's Wednesday night. So this is her second night staying at this friend's house. Kind of weird. I mean, we normally just do one night, but I'm like, okay, if you're having a good time. So it's funny because I took her over there, Tuesday night at about 8:30. At 9:30, she's calling me, and I was like, uh-oh, she either forgot something or she wants to come home or, you know, something. She calls me. She's like, Mom, can I spend 2 nights here? I'm like, girl, it's only an hour in. You're an hour in. Let's talk tomorrow. You might not want to stay anymore. You might be done. Like I said earlier, she called me because they were going to go swimming, and she didn't bring a bathing suit. She was like, Mom, can you bring a bathing suit? Brought her a bathing suit. She's like, I'm going to stay another night. So then I okayed that. So then a little while ago, she sends me a message, and she's like, Mom, can I spend another night? That would be 3 nights. It's like, girl, I said, you don't miss me? She's like, well, I saw you today. I was like, oh my gosh. So I've just been diamond painting and doing stuff around the house. And Ryan and I are, we're getting him registered for community college. We were looking at their website. Let's see, Ryan's applied for a job. He hasn't heard back from them yet. Nate's applied at a couple different places. He applied at Cane's. He did a job interview last week and he hasn't heard back from them yet. So we're not sure if he got it, but both of the boys are trying to find jobs. It's kind of what we said. You're 16 and 18. Y'all need to get some jobs. Can't just be, it's only been day 3 of summer. And so far they're just sleeping in, kind of hanging out. I'm like, we're not going to do this all summer. No, we're not going to do this. So far, I'm just loving sleeping in and loving not having to pick kids up. And I went to the grocery store today and I spent like 2 hours there just wandering around. And I exercised today, which is, I haven't. So, okay, I got a Peloton bike. It's one of those stationary bikes. I don't know, 2 years ago, because I really, really wanted one. I told my husband I would use it. Y'all, I maybe used it twice. So the running joke is it's my my water bottle holder, my towel rack, my husband makes all the jokes. So I actually got on that sucker this morning and I did a 30-minute ride and I got sweaty. I was like, yeah. So I'm kind of feeling summer, kind of feeling the whole summer vibes and the weather. I'm trying to get outside. I'm trying to exercise more. So yeah, that's kind of, and it's put me in a better mood. And you get endorphins from that. And I took a shower this morning, brushed my teeth. So, I'm just trying to take care of myself, and we all need to do that. Please, please, please. And I'm talking like I do it all the time. Y'all, I'm the worst, but I'm just trying to tell you, when you do it, you do feel a little better. So if you can, just try to make those little changes. Just at least shower, not every day. Oh, so get this. When I got my bladder infection, I called my husband and told him, and he's like, I'm like, yeah, I know why I got it. And I was going to tell him like cross-contamination, probably from wiping wrong or something, or not drinking enough water. You know what he said to me? I said, yeah, I know why I got it. And he interrupted me and he goes, oh, from not showering enough? What? No, that has nothing to do with it. You don't get, I don't think you do. I'm like, I shower. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Little pig pen over here. Yeah, so you try to tell me I'm not showering. Whatever. I said, that's not how you get them. But it might be. I don't know. But yeah, so, okay. Let's talk about what's going to be coming up. Coming up. We got something special coming up this Sunday. So I hope you can make the live stream. This Sunday will be the 28th of May. And I'm going to go live at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I have a guest. Not only do I have a guest, it is their birthday. It is Kara, the principal painter. Yes, y'all. Kara, one of my good friends. She also has a YouTube channel. I'm sure a lot of y'all you already know her. And yeah, it's going to be her birthday. So come with some birthday wishes. I'm so excited to celebrate folks' birthday and then her be a guest on my live. We've also got something else up our sleeves. We went to the February retreat together in Hillsboro, Texas. And we one night decided to order something together. And we talked about opening up together, and we both have that thing. So we're going to do a little unboxing together and get our, reactions. So really looking forward to it. And like I said, it's her birthday. And the fact that she wants to spend it with us means a lot. It really does mean a lot. So I can't wait. She's never been a guest on my live before. We have met in person many times, and she's just the sweetest. And I'm really looking forward to having her on. And I don't know if anybody doesn't know her, maybe, great. You'll get to meet her. If y'all know her, just hang out with us. And like I said, wish her a happy birthday. So yes, so that's what's going to be coming up. That's Sunday. And what else do I have the rest of the week? I don't know. Today is Wednesday, right? Yeah. Thursday, Friday. I don't know. More exercising, more, getting myself together. I got some more videos to do. I'm trying to juggle all the things, right? But so far, so good on summer. So it's so funny. Whenever I say summer, have y'all seen that one part of Frozen where Olaf, the snowman, is like dreaming of like his dream is to be, it's in summer, and he's like, summer. And he talks about like laying on a beach. So every day I look at Lou and I'm like, summer. Like I'm Olaf singing. So every time I say summer, I think of Olaf. Poor little snowman. He just wants to be laying in the sun on a tropical island drinking a drink. Yes. Let's see. Speaking of drinking drinks on tropical island, just reminded me of vacations and things coming up. I am going to the retreat in June in Ohio, so I'm looking forward to that. And that reminded me of my best friend. She was out of town for a couple of days recently, and I got to go check on her little doggos. So last night I ran over to her house. Her doggies are so sweet. She's got 2 Pomeranians. You can call me Butter. That's my best friend, Randy. I went and checked on her little puppers while she was gone, and they are so sweet. I'm always afraid they're going to be scared when they see me because they don't, they know me, but, I'm not her. I'm not, so yeah, but they're always so sweet. They're so excited to see me. Their tails are wagging, and I heard them barking when I left. I'm like, oh, they didn't want me to leave. But yeah, I'd given their medicine, filled up their food dishes, just checked on everything, checked for packages. But she's now home, so yeah. So I just had to go check on her little doggos. I did that last night. I thought Lou would come with me because she loves Randy's dogs, but she went to her friend's house. So I had to go by myself. Yeah, I had to do my little errands by myself. But y'all, I think that's it. We're almost at an hour, I think. So, I've been chatting y'all's ear off. I feel like I've been talking a mile a minute. Oh my gosh. Hopefully I didn't talk too fast. I hope y'all had a good time. Hopefully you got some work done. Thank you for being here and letting me catch up with you. And hopefully I was able to keep you company. I've had some folks tell me in the past that I've helped them get through a rough day or a rough time, or, and that just, if I can have that kind of impact on someone, that's all I want to be here for. It just blows me away. So if I've helped you in any little way today, I hope I have, because that's my goal here. That is my goal. Speaking of making people happy, I wanted to give a shout out to a new creator. Her YouTube name, and I'll have it linked down below, is Tacs and Diamond Wax. Love the name. That is Shell. She is one of my friends, and she just started a YouTube channel. So let's go show her some love. She just has a couple subscribers so far, but she does have some videos up. So go check her out if you wouldn't mind. I know it would mean the world to her and to me. So I just wanted to give her a shout out, and really, really special person and a special story. So yeah. So I will have her link down below, and I really would appreciate if you'd go check her out and show her some love. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. Yes, I am. If y'all enjoyed this, if you had a good time hanging out, give me a thumbs up. They really do help. And then if you have not subscribed, it is free, absolutely free. Just click on that subscribe button down below and you'll be part of my world. And then there's also a notification bell. Click on that, and that way you'll get notified whenever I post up any new videos. All right, again, welcome to all the new folks that have popped in, all my OGs that have been here for a while. Love you guys, love my Patreons. Everybody here, love, 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 love y'all. So take care. I do love you, and I will see y'all in the next one. Okay, bye guys.